I don't know what size the girls' shirt is. The girls' is a tank.
Check that one out.
All these dudes are extra large. So we have
this one's a medium girls tank.
And 4 extra large dudes shirts. So
medium girls tank right here. These turned out really good.
And who doesn't love unicorns, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Unicorns and tacos is everybody's favorite.
So we'll do that.
What do you want to do for the giveaway?
I would say in the middle of the show, we'll ask the question. And so, guys, everybody stay tuned for the question in the first 4.
Yeah,
maybe is that what we were doing, the first 4?
How about we do that just before the break? We'll ask a question.
Okay.
And we'll see the first 4 comments or something.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, well, start thinking about the question. I don't know what it would be, but yeah, so thank you to all our sponsors. Like I said, Fuel Wheels, Shock Therapy, Solder Weld. Those guys are at SEMA doing a scavenger hunt, and it actually looks really cool. Like, it's a kind of a cool marketing thing they're doing. Yeah, I kind of wanted to go to SEMA just to participate. And, in fact, I think we should bring the Dirt Life to SEMA maybe next year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always wanted to at least go once at least and try it out. I know a few people that are there.
Dude, our steps calculator on our phones would go off the charts.
I know Daniel Thompson there. Janie Thompson's there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we got a lot of friends up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should definitely go up there one of these years. Thanks to Zollinger Racing Products and Rigid Industries. Yeah, so I got to hang out with Brett from Rigid last week, and we did a little video and interview and stuff with him and with Jarrett Brooks, who is now the 2019 Pro 2 champion, man. He worked his ass off this year. He wasn't even going to race, really, because he was, like, kind of getting over it. And, you know, like, we can try to get him on the show one of these days, but he did fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
And his truck just looked like it was on rails most of the time. And, you know, that's a lot driver, too. So it was really cool. Maybe in a little bit we'll play that pit pass video that I did. And we're going to have a lot more of these kind of videos coming up. Like, we'll go to different events. We'll make cool little videos kind of behind the scenes. Like, I don't want to call it a vlog because I would rather keep it more like just like a friendly video kind of thing.
Like what we did over the weekend, something quick. That
exactly.
Got to see what we did.
And just keep kind of behind the scenes going. Like, you know, we love talking to people about the racing, all the things that they're doing on the show when we're here at the podcast. And I think that that's really, like, a good tool, you know what I mean? Because you don't just talk about the same old shit all the time. So, well, speaking of not talking about the same old shit, I wanted to talk about the Lucas stuff. But before we do that, let's talk about how Camp Razor was, man, how your weekend was.
Man, we got out there. A little later than I wanted to do. You know, I tried to get there Tuesday or Wednesday because it's so crazy. We ended up getting out there.
Oh, so you can have, like, one day when not everybody's
there?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Kind of be comfortable getting there and stuff. So we got there a little late on Thursday. I took out a couple of my friends, Brandon Stout and his wife Lisa Stout, and for their first dune trip. And poor guys, man, we got to Yuma and his tire was shredded.
Oh, in the trailer or something?
Yeah, and then he was like, his spare was all messed up. And I said,
dude.
I gave him my brand new spare to get us through the weekend, and they had a blast, man. It was an absolute blast. The hill was definitely the craziest I've ever seen it.
That's cool, man. Well, did you see BJ Baldwin talk about this?
I saw that.
Did you?
I ended up not going Saturday night to the hill. And
Dude, sometimes I feel like it's way too crazy.
We took a picture of it from our camp. We were out in deep wash 6, like right up against the dunes.
Yeah.
And the hill, you know, is right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never seen it like that.
Did you just get on top of the trailer and take a picture or something?
Didn't have to, man.
It was that bright?
That badass.
Holy crap.
But I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know, it's probably not a good night tonight.
Yeah.
So we just hung out camp. We had a good time with everybody in camp.
Sometimes those are the most fun times, though. Like, literally, that's where we started the show. Is like just talking around the campfire, talking in the shop, talking, you know, in the garage, whatever. Yep. So what did you guys do, like, as far as rides go? Did you guys get a whole bunch of rides in?
We did. We did a lot of riding. We went
even with the pack crowd?
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. Some in the dunes, it wasn't. You saw groups, you know, but being far out, you know, in the middle, a lot of people don't do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people just kind of go to the quick little areas to go meet and hang out, you know, the destination rides. But we did go and rode all the way through the dunes to the swing set. We were going to go check out China Wall, but couple of us kind of got sick.
Oh, right on.
My wife is always one of them.
So you guys had to cruise back and just hang out?
We got out. We finished up, went to the swing set, hung out. Dune and Destroy were out there hitting the jump, dude. A couple Wags Z's were out there hitting the jump.
Right on.
A local guy Rick Lambert, who stayed with us, he said, "I'm going to do it." And he went and hucked it, dude.
Nice.
It was cool, man. It was really cool.
If there's no video, it didn't happen, dude.
We got pictures. Yeah. So
that's awesome, dude. Well, what else like fun stuff did you notice at Camp Razor? Because usually, like when I go there, like I know, like always remember the most fun ride that you go on. You're like, dude, that ride trumps all the rides that we went on this weekend. I'm like, you got it locked in your head. And then I'll usually remember like a few vehicles that were badass, and then I'll remember like where people were parked and stuff like that.
We went out. We went and checked out Camp Razor, and with the Nitro Circus that show was intense, dude.
When those guys are on their little scooters and stuff doing flips,
dude. Yeah, we didn't see it. I was at the AXA, Dave AXA, and Jen Karbinski, and hanging out with them while everybody was at the Nitro Circus show, and it's like 2 vendors over from them, and like all of a sudden like cars and trucks were parked from the Glamis Beach Store all the way down the road, just triple stacked. I mean, it was insane.
So it was just at one time, like one particular time?
At night, yeah.
Dang.
And we just hung out, and all of a sudden, like, the show started, and there was nobody riding, dude.
Really?
Everybody was at this show, and it was so dusty. I'm like, how are these guys hitting these wooden
That would have been the perfect time to go on a badass ride.
Dude, that's what I was like, man, we're just hanging out, drinking a couple beers and stuff, and yeah,
dude,
it was crazy, dude, so...
That's awesome, man. I definitely miss going to those events. Like, I really want to get back out there.
Yeah.
Well, the Lucas races were pretty bitchin' too. Like, I guess for me it was more like a kid in a candy store kind of thing. Since I hadn't been out, I hadn't really seen very many people or shook their hand. Obviously social media and talking to them on the phone and stuff like that. But it's so much different when you're like out there with them. I posted a video on social media this week, and like, I can't like really express like how happy things make me now, at least in this time in my life. You know what I mean? Like, when I got out there, it was like I couldn't wipe the smile off my face.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, shit, man, I'm gonna be in the dust. Like my eyes are gonna be jacked up. Like, like we're not gonna have this like same things to eat. Like I'm not in my comfort zone. Like when you're overcoming an injury, like you're in the hospital and you're kind of scared to leave, kind of thing. And it worked out so good, man. I had a freaking awesome time.
Yeah, look, and your dad got to go with you too, the first time back at the track. Like, that's cool, man.
It was super cool, and he had a great time. The racing was like so intense, dude.
Yeah,
so intense. It was bitching, and a lot of the people that we know had really, really awesome weekends. Robert Stout and Paul Yaw, one of the guys that we've been helping back and forth, and they help us too. As he actually helped me with my suspension for the UTV World Championships. And they won the UTV production class. So it was awesome. Last year they were rookies, and this year they got the championship.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
It's really cool.
Neat,
and
man.
They built a fast car, and they're going to have some plans for 2020. So we'll get them on the podcast and have some fun with those guys. But kudos to him for winning the championship. And then, got to see Brett Carpenter and shake his hand, basically for the first time. And the dude helped save my life. So it's kind of emotional, but, like, it's like one of those things like, well, you know how it is. Like, you see somebody that you've known for a long time, and it feels like you never missed a beat. You know what I mean? Like, a buddy from 10 years ago, and all of a sudden he comes back from, being in the Army or something. You're like, oh, hey, what's up? And that's
like
it.
Never left.
Yeah. And then so like that's kind of how I felt, and it was really like the first time I've been able to shake his hand and meet him and stuff, and it was really cool. It was really cool to see those guys, and clearly he was working and stuff. But we were able to talk to him and Jarrett Brooks and get some cool interviews and videos and stuff like that. It was just an all around good time, man. Like I just can't express how cool it was for me.
Yeah.
So it didn't, and you know what? I was talking to my dad about this too. It didn't really make me feel like I needed to be on the track, because usually like a racer, you're like, dude, I could get out there, I could beat that dude. He didn't do that corner right. I could have smoked him in that corner, or whatever it is. I want to hit the jumps. I want to go faster. I want to do all these things, and I didn't have those like inclinations or those feelings inside. The only thing I really cared about was all the people.
Yeah.
So I think, having gone through all these different things in my life have made me understand and appreciate the people a lot more. And being at the races is obviously cool, but it was more like friends,
Yeah,
and
that's good.
I think that's a lot of the same feelings that you experience at the dunes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm always meeting new people, and then people that, like I've said before, we only hang out at the dunes.
Yeah.
And it's like it's normal.
But you see him, and it's like you saw him yesterday.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It really does. It makes you feel pretty awesome. You know what I mean? So thank you to everybody for coming up and hanging out and asking me how I was and doing all that stuff. It was pretty cool. I really want to show this pit pass video and see if we can get some people to comment and tell us what they think, man. So we're going to probably talk over the video, but let's show you guys this video from Lucas last weekend.
What's up, guys? We're at the Lucas Off-Road final race of the year.
Just kind of cruise around.
The Nationals are going off. Let's check it out.
It was pretty fun. Like I just wanted to see like what everybody was doing, and like it just reminded me of being there, you know, last year and stuff. It was really cool to see everybody, man. That was the best part.
I enjoyed the last time you guys. It was fun. It was so nice to be around, and see like the real kids you looked at, the guys you looked up to as a kid, man.
Dude,
and I was
big
like,
time.
What the hell? Like you couldn't even stand right next to these guys in the street.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of these guys, like you can shake their hand too.
Yeah.
And we brought the unicorn out there. That was fun. We met some guys that were down from Mexico. They came up and they own a Yamaha dealership from Mexico. And he's like talking to us about certain things. He's like, oh, what's this car all about? And I was like, yeah, this car's like way more famous than any of us. So he started taking pictures with it and hanging out. It was really cool for them to see. And we got to eat carne asada.
Oh yeah, who made it?
Those Mexican dudes. It was awesome.
So you got the Polaris RS1 now?
Yeah, debuted it this weekend out of the Lucas Oil.
That's so badass. I saw this thing and I was like, dude, that car was sick.
It was, dude. He had sweet graphics, like the whole thing. That car was off the chain.
Really good.
And it's only basically his first time driving it.
Very much in the Lucas series, so that's cool. Well, the real question is, what are you cooking later?
We got some chicken tacos going down tonight.
Yeah.
Tacos. All right, bud. Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, anytime.
And so Miles Cheek was our second guest on the show, but he's a good chef. You know what I mean? He's just an all-around good kid. And so we got some interviews with him. We got some interviews with Hans Ada, Garrett Brooks, who posted that. Some of those trucks, dude, dang.
Yeah, I know. It's insane.
Got to see all the Yamaha guys.
Yeah, dude, this was cool.
Yeah, the XCC guys.
All them guys were out there, man.
Chris went and he just drove straight from Glamis back to the races. He was so tired.
We all know that was kind of an issue yesterday, so sorry about that. Mickey Thomas? Dalton Turner?
Yeah, I thought that was a blast that one time I got to hang out with you when we were doing the driver meeting.
Yeah.
It was so badass, dude.
That's where you get to see everybody.
Yeah, man.
Jordy Amble here with Dirt Life. We came to visit Hans Ada. Man, he's got an awesome rig. He's got a badass trailer. Sweet Honda Talon. Got the 976.
Yes, sir. 2019 Talon R, built by Geyser Performance.
I am excited to see how these things.
Great job.
Dude, I got a good interview with him
Yeah,
too. Like,
yes.
we'll post it like maybe this week or something. But that thing is bad.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
He
you're
said he's
doing a
having
great job, man. Thanks
issues
for the
with
interview.
electricals
Kicks
and
ass
DC
today.
and stuff, but.
Thank
Woo-wee! Dang, that thing's like a dude.
Well, look who we just ran into. Garrett Brooks.
Couple of my favorite people right here,
How are
man.
you, dude?
I'm good, hanging in there.
Good to see you. And then look at this sexy beast right here.
What's happening?
Red Carpenter.
What's going on?
How are you, dude?
Good, man. How's everything?
Everything's going good.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm really excited to actually be in the dirt again.
Yeah,
And just
no doubt about
hanging
it.
out with everybody. So
No doubt.
it's good to see you guys. How's everything been going for you, Dirt?
It's pretty good. This Pro 2's been stupid fast all year. I've had a really good year so far. Out of all the Pro 2s, not counting the Pro 2Ms, we've had a really competitive truck above and beyond. This truck, when I first bought it, dude, it was three-wheeling like crazy. So
You know the body roll feel.
yeah, I'm comfortable with it. Most guys don't like it, but I guess everyone has their preference. Back on the team with General. These tires, everyone calls them the cheater
so
tires of
badass.
this year. So
Those
that's
trucks
kinda
are
cool.
sick.
They look pretty aggressive.
Yeah, they're really aggressive. And for a DOT tire, I mean,
Just
they got
seeing,
some
like,
stiff
the
sidewalls and
craftsmanship
they're
and,
pretty
like, how you
soft too.
sit in
I just want to drive
And
one.
you
One
may
time
or may
and
not
see.
have matched.
I got to drive. Well, you don't even drive in the sand. You can drive it down the street and have fun. I got to drive a Pro Light once. It's about as good as I got.
Let's check that
Casey
bad
Curry.
Still no helmet deal, stock helmet. Got that thing by Troy Designs this year.
Dude, how sick is that thing? That thing is rad, dude.
Came out badass. I kind of wanted like a retro theme in a way.
All right, so the real questions are: would you rather have chips and guacamole or French fries and ketchup?
When I asked Jared, I was like, wait a minute, why is he pausing? Like,
All right, you get the same question then while he thinks about it.
Chips and guac.
Oh, I'm right there with you.
yeah.
I'm gonna say probably chips and guac, some cold guac.
Yeah, there you go. Would you like it spicy or not spicy?
A little spicy, kind of. It depends on the chips too. I mean, I like this hint of lime.
Dude, same here. I'm
Dude,
right
yeah.
there with you.
Those Hint of Lime chips are so good. Doesn't Carly like those? Yeah.
Looks like Angunia there in the 4 spot needs to at least get around Carlson for that 3rd spot. He's going to have a chance at these points. Because right now it looks like it is going to be Jared Brook. Today, coming up next, we've got production of 1,000
It's so nice to see these guys, like, after they put in all this work and to
Yeah.
see them so happy.
It's time to throw it down to Jack Corpella and crown a champion.
Jarrett, for General Tire, for everybody, you're standing up here, top of the box, champion this year.
Yeah, Jared.
Yeah. Congrats, dude.
Good job, man.
I mean, the hours that these guys put in, dude. Just, it's insane.
They deserve it when they're up there.
Yeah.
This Pro Light race was pretty intense, dude. There was so much battling back and forth. Like, I didn't know very many of the dudes that were in the race. I mean, I know their names, but I didn't like know them. But the race was intense, dude. Like, there was so many passing back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, the track just allowed them to pass. Like, it was cool.
The inside move, Mickey Tom's going to try to sneak underneath Brock Hager. Hager brake checks him.
That gives him a little love tap there in the number 4.
They were dicing so hard.
Mickey Thomas to the bottom, taking over the lead. And here comes
Hager back, trying to take it back.
Yeah, like when you thought something was going to happen or wasn't going to, like, something new would happen. It's like, holy cow.
He's going to do the same as Hager did in the last lap. He will be up.
You guys had to rebuild some stuff on the car.
It's pretty anxious watching the races. We had a lot to rebuild on the car yesterday. We went through a tumble right before qualifying.
So Asa and Chris are Robert Stouts mechanics. Those dudes are super
On the new
cool.
front end of the car about an hour before qualifying. We got together, managed to qualify it on pole.
Oh, I want that front end.
Dude, yes! First full year, not a rookie anymore. You won the championship, bro. Robert Stout and Paul Young. How do you guys feel, man?
Good, man. That was, I mean, it's exactly what we wanted to do. We learned on year 1, got things slightly sorted out, came into year 2 with a new car. Let's do things the way we think they need to be done, and it worked out, man. We played it smart, consistently got on podiums. We got multiple pole positions.
Yep.
Took advantage of those points every chance we got, and we played it smart in the last couple rounds and made it happen.
I really do commend you guys. You guys did a fantastic job, and you guys came out and you kicked ass. So, good job, boys.
The hours and stuff that those guys put in.
Good job, man.
Too, man.
Those are fucking rock stars right there.
All right, boys. Good job. You got driver Robert Stout coming home with the championship, and you guys been putting in some serious work, dude. Good job on the championship.
That's right, appreciate that.
We got taco party, championship taco party. I got a couple good questions for you. Chips and guacamole or French fries and ketchup?
Chips and guac. That's not a question.
What about
see?
the first one? Who would you beat?
Maybe.
Would you?
Maybe.
You go Carlos?
Carlos, for sure. I haven't seen it so long, I can't remember any of their names.
Well, you can go with Alan.
That's awesome.
Sure, we'll do that. Alan and Carlos is fine.
All right, boys. Well, good job. You guys did a fantastic job this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, George.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, so I had a really good time,
Yeah,
man.
that looked fun, man.
Yeah, it was really cool. Well, okay. So chips and guac or French fries and ketchup?
I'm gonna break this one down to you, and you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" I'm allergic to guacamole.
Yeah, but you still got to eat it.
But I'm allergic to it, and
You're allergic to avocados.
Yeah, and I love it so much, and before you know it, my throat, my ears, everything. I'm like, no, and I just keep eating away, dude. Then I just down it with some tequila, and you clean up.
Yeah, there you go.
You're good.
Perfect. Well, thank you everybody else for joining too. We see Robbie Hornsby's on here. That's cool, man. Robbie had a pretty bad weekend. He just had some bad luck all weekend.
We have a couple people on there that's posting.
Frank and Tiffany,
yeah. Best dune ride ever was the 30-ish YXZs with George Hamill leading the way. Crazy, fast, fun ride. I remember that one, dude.
That was a few years ago, but that was a fun ride.
Dude, that was big, yes.
Dude, and I think Brian Lopez and I, or maybe it was me and you, went out and scouted it beforehand, and we found these huge dunes, like kind of on the north side of Olds.
Yeah.
And they were so good that year. Mm-hmm. And they were just connecting everywhere. We had one little mishap that I had because I had to kind of loop back, so I had to like bunch everybody up. But man, that was a good ride.
Yeah.
That was so fun. Did you guys get any good rides like that this year?
Yeah, they had another meetup this last weekend, and it was hard because everybody, Arizona people and California people time, they're not on the same time.
Right.
So we ended up waiting for a while. I mean, then we had a group show up.
Oh, they didn't show up at the same time.
Yeah. So it was like hit and miss. So.
Oh, Glamis this weekend. Robbie's going, dude.
I'll be at Gordon's Well.
You're going to go this weekend?
Yeah.
Are you going to cruise over to Glamis at all, too?
Yeah, we're going to go see the Veteran Memorial.
Robbie, let us know what car you're taking. So, Cody, are you going to, I think you have a Can-Am now, too, for your play car, right? But, Cody's got his.
Yeah, but you're not. By the time you get to that flagpole, man, dude, you can't find anybody.
Oh, really?
It's thousands of people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That ride was super fun.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of times that I miss, you know what I mean? Because we know that the ride was super fun. You, remember it. But everybody being there, everybody participating, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that, soon, too. The Lucas races were bitching. And the reason that I wanted to show the Lucas video is because our guest, Zach Martin, he's an awesome, awesome Lucas racer, man. He drives a YXZ just like we do. And I met him when we went to Wheatland, Missouri 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's 2017.
Yep.
And we ended up just parking next to him because, all the UTVs and, the guys at the park next to each other. And it was like I just met him. I literally just met him at, that first day. And by the end of the weekend, it was like we had been brothers for our whole life. You know what I mean? He let us use his generator because ours was having issues. All kinds of cool stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like a family out there. And so we became friends from meeting at that race. He actually came out. He's done some races, in the middle of the country. But he came to the UTV World Championships in Laughlin. He did great. We tested together. We parked together. We hung out the whole weekend. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay the rest of the weekend with them or finish the race. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to oh, you know what I was going to tell you, too? Keep forgetting. Even though, 2 or 3 weeks ago, so Ryan from Fuel Wheels was telling me, because he raced the UTV World Championship with us, too. And we both took off on the first gate or whatever, first run of people. And I was sleeping, so I got super last start, dead last or whatever it was, mid-pack, and I'd passed a whole bunch of people through the first little infield, and then I was working my way towards the front, and he said he was in fourth or something, and he said that I passed him and kind of pushed him out of the way a little bit, so first of all, I owe him a case of beer because he whole shot me, but he said that when I crashed, he was in fourth, and I had already passed 2 other people, so I was passing for the lead when I crashed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, how depressing is that, right?
What the hell, man?
But I don't know if I was, because I thought there might have been 2 people in front, so I think I was maybe in third or something. But the pace was super good, so I kind of wish that I could have held on to it and kept that pace going, man, because I feel like it would have been good. But of course, I tipped it over, so that was my fault. But don't they say everybody says, "Oh, dude, I was winning before I got last." So no excuses. But yeah, that was cool. And so Zach is a super good dude. He let me use some shock springs. He, super helpful guy, and he does all kinds of cool stuff, man. He does fabrication. He does car building. He does all kinds of cool stuff. And we'll let him talk to us a little bit more about it. But one of the things that he's kind of remembered for on the we'll just call it the East Coast, the Lucas Midwest Series, is beating the Greaves family. Johnny Greaves and CJ Greaves are like the top dogs out there, and Zach was able to beat him, in one race, and it was a very competitive race, and it was cool. And I don't mean any disrespect to Johnny or CJ, because they're just fantastic drivers, but they're the top guys, you know what I mean? Like, you always want to beat the Jeremy McGrath.
Yeah.
So Jeff Emig beats Jeremy McGrath once in 1 year, and then it's like claim to fame, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so it's super cool to have that like underdog mentality and then go out and beat those guys. So congratulations to Zach for doing it. We'll have him explain some of the stuff that he's into and some of the fun that he has. But I definitely want to get CJ and Johnny on the show one of these days too, and get some more of these East Coast or Midwest guys to have fun and tell us about their dirt life, because it's not the same as ours,
Yeah.
So we can only talk about the dunes so much, even though it's exactly what we want to talk about.
I could wake up and
talk
dream
all day.
about it and
talk about the dunes all day.
lay in it, whatever.
So it's 7:30 now. You want to just go to commercials and then we'll get Zach on?
I got the question. Get these shirts going.
All right. So let's explain the contest again. So the first four people, there's 3 extra large guys T-shirts. So the first 4 and there's one, what was the size? Medium girls T-shirt?
Medium tank.
All these unicorn shirts. So we're the first 4 people to answer this question in the Facebook comments.
Who was the second person we had on the Dirt Life show of our second episode? The first 4 people
just put his name?
Put his name, the first 4 people, and when we get back, we'll announce the winners.
Hell yeah. Okay. I may or may not have said the answer already too. So
shut up, George.
All right, guys, we're going to go to commercial break. We'll see you in a second.
For wheels and tires with the most style, function, and innovation, look no further than Fuel Off-Road. From stock to lifted, dually to trophy truck, and UTV applications, Fuel Off-Road offers the most complete lineup for your next adventure. Whether a weekend warrior or racer, you can't go wrong with Fuel's massive line of trail tough truck and UTV wheels and tires. Good looks, better prices, and the absolute best range of styles and applications. Find us at fueloffroad.com.
Introducing Rigid's new SRL Series light bar, featuring a sleek 20-inch curved housing, ultra-wide forward projecting beam pattern, and a unique halo backlight feature offered in 4 color options. The SRL Series light bar's new optic combination projects light over 70 degrees wide, with more than enough distance to safely drive in low visibility conditions, making it the perfect lighting solution for most applications. The Halo backlight feature is offered in red, white, blue, or amber, and is wired independently from the forward projecting light. Instantly transition from style to function with the flip of a switch, making it easier than ever to own the night.
Hello, I'm Justin, the founder of Shock Therapy. Shock Therapy has been around for 5 years, but we have personally been tuning suspension on off-road cars and race vehicles for over 25 years. We tune between 10 and 15 cars per day, every single day of the week. Our concentration is tuning shock systems and supplying components that improve the ride quality of your car in many ways. Not only do we work on the average UTV, but we also tune suspension for race teams and professional drivers. We currently tune for over 87 race teams in Best in Desert and Score. Our clients and race teams rely on our suspension components to allow them to win races and keep them safe. Suspension is a moving target. We are always trying to hit that target with every customer that we work with. Each customer's needs can be different, and we tune our kits accordingly. Our research and development never stops. We improve our components every single day. As the industry evolves and improves, so do our parts and kits. As of right now, we have over 100 products for UTVs. So when you bring your car to us, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you have the most experience, the highest quality products, and the fact that your car is being tuned specifically to you.
Hey guys, George Hamill here to talk to you about one of our sponsors, Solder Weld. Who is Solder Weld and what is their impact on the off-road community? Well, some of you may have seen Solder Weld's booths at the races, Mint 400, Vegas to Reno, Score and Snore events, and the UTV World Championship. You're seeing their stickers and sponsor wraps on more and more racers' vehicles every year. But who are they and what do they have to offer us as off-road enthusiasts? Well, late last year, Solder Weld introduced their new off-road repair kit to the off-road industry and sold out their first week. The interest was overwhelming, as many off-roaders already knew of Solder Weld's aluminum radiator repair rods, and now they were included in a convenient carry kit in camo or black. If you're a racer of any type or off-road enthusiast like myself, you're going to want to take a close look at this product. Solder Weld has combined some of their most elite products into one small kit that fits perfectly under your seat or strapped into your roll cage and allows you to make some insane fixes anywhere you go. How many of us have been in a race or out on the trail and got a rock chip in a radiator or a brake line? We've literally seen a top-tier desert race truck at the 2019 Mint 400 taken out by a simple rock to the radiator. If they would have had an off-road repair kit on board, they could have been back up and running in just a minute. The kit includes everything you need to work on dirty aluminum, stainless steel, copper, and many other metals. Solder Weld's cutting-edge technology allows you to make these fixes with extremely low heat and incredible high tensile strength, leaving you with a lasting fix every time. Don't be that guy who broke down on the side of the trail. Get your off-road repair kit today. Your friends will thank you.
Back.
We are back. We got Zach Martin on. What's up, dude? How are you?
What's going on?
It's good to see you, brother. I haven't seen you since the UTV World Championship. It's good to see your face.
Yeah, yours too. Looks a lot better now.
Thanks, Dick. I know I wasn't pretty before, but I'm pretty pumped now. So, well, that's good, man. We got a couple winners, it looks like, for some T-shirts. They guessed already, so hopefully they don't comment and guess some more. But for our second guest that was on the show.
Yeah. Do you know who was the second guest?
Miles Cheek.
There you go, dude.
Oh, shit. I think we got to give Zach a T-shirt now.
All right. We got Alfonso Jimenez. He got it. And even my mom, Kathy Sanders, she got it. So that's 3. We're waiting on one more.
All right. Well, show off the shirt again.
Let's
Maybe
see
we'll get some people stoked. Show Zach what the shirt looks like. Zach gets a unicorn shirt. You're part of the unicorn crew now, son.
Dang. Sponsors from the Hamill event.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. These are actually these T-shirts, Zach, were from the event that they had for me that paid for these teeth.
Yep.
So what's going on, man? It's late where you are.
Yeah, it's 9:30. It's about a normal night for us.
Yeah, are you still at work or are you at home now?
No, we're at the shop still.
Oh, man. I know you work hard, though. So let's tell everybody a little bit about you. So you have a shop in Georgia?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're located in middle Georgia, closer to Florida than we are Tennessee. So we're pretty far down south in Georgia.
And what do you guys do up there at the shop? Because I know you were telling me about some fun projects, but let's tell everybody else.
Yeah, man. So we do a little bit of everything, really. We kind of pride ourselves on being a one-stop performance shop. So we do everything from a lot of LS performance, but it seems like our niche lately down here has been a lot of hot rod stuff. So do a lot of conversions on, the older muscle cars, fuel injection stuff, Hellcats and like 70 Cudas. We've got a 73 K30. We did a full 9-foot frame stretch on.
Oh, damn.
Put a Cummins 60T motor in it. Yeah. So we get to do a lot of cool stuff, man. I really, really enjoy what we do.
That's bitchy, dude. You know who'd be into that, Cody, is someone's dad, man.
Yeah, my dad, dude.
He would love to talk to Zach.
I don't know if you ever watched the what's the Street Outlaws, all that. He was just on it recently. He helps out.
He's got a bitchin' Mustang too.
Yeah, he was just on it. He always talks all the time on there. But I was never, me personally, I was never into like the drag racing and stuff. But when I go and see him, it's pretty cool. I like watching him.
Dude, you gotta respect it, man. Like how
I
gnarly that stuff is.
Like when he takes off, and I'm like, dude, I can't believe, like, hell no. And he's like, you gonna drive it one day? I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm gonna end up in that wall. No, thank you.
So it's and it's called SOB built.
Yes, sir. SOB Built Motorsports.
Sweet, man. And do you get to drive any of the cars for any of those guys? Like, do they let you take them out?
Oh yeah. So actually, I got a couple clients that want us to actually take and show their cars. We don't do a whole lot of drag cars. We kind of try to focus on cars that can be driven every day.
Yeah.
Street cars, but still, high performance. I mean, we got a couple cars making 1,000+ wheel horsepower, full AC, stuff like that. So they're just really focus on being able to drive the car because for me it's a big investment. And I hate seeing people that have the stuff just sitting around in their garage and not getting driven. So we really encourage our customers to make them drivable and enjoyable.
Yeah, that's super cool though. Like I appreciate that too, because like the mindset that he has, like, and we'll talk about how he got into the dirt life stuff, but the mindset that he has is so mechanical. Like he can figure out anything. You know what I mean? Like if something doesn't work right, he'll figure it out. Like, and that type of mindset goes a long way, especially in the racing that that he does now too. It's really cool. So, what's some of the best projects that you've had, man?
One of my favorites so far, besides the K30, the K30 has been a project of ours for a while. It's like I said, it's a stretch truck. The customer came in, and we literally still have the original invoice for it. But the customer came in for a rear bumper, and I sent him some pictures. I was like, man, I could really do some pretty cool stuff with this thing, And he's like, well, what can you do? So I did some renderings for him. And 2 days later, I had the frame cut in half, and we had started building the 9-foot frame section for it, and it's just turned into a totally different animal.
That's cool, though.
That one's a real fun one. Yeah, that one's a real cool one. It's still ongoing. Like I said, we're doing the 6PT diesel swapping it now. Another really good project I enjoy is we had to pick up a car from another shop that they started, and it's a 70 Hellcat CUDA. So we took a 70 CUDA and put a 2015 Hellcat motor in it. We designed and engineered the entire air ride suspension. So it's got all custom air ride suspension that we designed in-house, built in-house, powder coated in-house, installed in-house. So, like you said, for me, the best part is being able to see the end picture before it's even there, and that's the creative side that I really enjoy.
Yeah, and obviously figuring all that stuff out. I mean, who goes in there and says, all right, we're going to put a 9-foot extension on this thing? Like that's
right.
That's just nuts. You know what I mean? So like us as consumers or whatever you want to call it, like I love the ideas too, because like I design. It's very, very minimal compared to him. The unicorn in my head before it was made, and like to see him going above and beyond the design, like, and he has to think about power. He has to think about reliability. He's got to think about different rear, like everything, like all kinds of cool shit.
I mean, I can only imagine how much that project's going to cost. So you want to make sure it's ready to go and it's good.
Right. Yeah, we do a lot. We did about 500 road miles on that one. That was my first true like designed and built suspension system. I mean, it literally it's the entire suspension system that we designed and built. We've got logged over 2,000 miles on the car now. We take the family out to dinner in it, cruise down the highway. I mean, it's a drivable car. It's awesome. Love it.
Would you ever be interested in doing something like race oriented, like a trophy truck or something like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of the things you got to wait for the right opportunity to arise with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like the business like that would be in the Southwest more.
Yeah, and that's what kills us, man. Is all my passions, all my ambitions seem to be so West Coast based, and it's just not here on the East Coast. That's the sad part.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk about the racing then, because that's kind of like you and I have talked a million times about that same thing. The West Coast off-road racing is much bigger than what's in the Midwest or the East Coast. And you've done a few races out here on the West Coast as well. But you and I met at the Lucas Oil race in Wheatland, Missouri. That was super cool, and that was the first time we got to shake hands and stuff. But ever since then, we've been good buddies and stuff. And it's like seeing your face at the UTV World Championship was like we didn't even miss a beat. So that was pretty cool. But why don't you compare like the Lucas Midwest stuff that you guys did compared to what you've seen or what you've participated in on the West Coast?
So the Midwest stuff, it definitely seemed a lot more kind of like our relationship is. It seemed like you were able to strike off a better relationship with people quicker, like you had known them your whole life kind of thing, and you were just buddies out there racing. A lot of the vibes that we got, from a lot of people out west was it was business, and I get it. I mean, racing is business. Racing's taken very seriously by a lot of West Coast people, but the open-mindedness, the open conversations, the willing to kind of help with tricks of the trade kind of stuff definitely seemed a lot more scarce out west with a lot of the teams. But again, our relationship was different. Ours was like an East Coast relationship, I guess, because it's still to this day, even though it's got more competitive, I feel like you can walk into just about any pit and ask for parts or ask for advice or something. So that's the biggest thing I noticed going from east to west.
Yeah, and what about the competition? Dude, I agree with that, though, that mentality. There's a lot of, we'll call it like secrets, I guess you could say, in the West Coast stuff. But I think there's a little bit of the camaraderie vibe still there, though, because once you break through that mold with a lot of the teams, I feel like you can be there, and get stuff from them. But I definitely know that vibe that you're talking about, because when we went to Wheatland, it was like everybody was friends. It's like it's a lot different. So it's kind of cool. I guess that vibe is just like what we're talking about at the dunes and stuff too. And yeah, you're right though. Like racing's racing, so people don't want to give away their shit.
Right. And I think for us though is another big thing is the West Coast. You guys have been doing it for a little while already, and it was really new for the guys on the East Coast. So everybody who had just got started with it on the East Coast, we kind of grew up together with it.
Yeah.
As far as the torque and stuff like that when it came out, the UTV side of things, I speak for at least. We kind of grew up together with it. A lot of the West Coast guys, you guys have been doing it for a while, whether it was trucks or UTVs or something else. So I get it. We were outsiders, coming to somebody else's home, so you're not going to just welcome them with open arms. I respect that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that though. Like I like when I see more people, I'm like, dude, give me a hug. Let's go out there and battle. Like, let's have some fun. Yeah, you're right though. Like, I think we had been doing it. Like me personally, I think I'd been doing it for 2 years before we even saw you guys start. But I see what he's saying though, because I'm remembering, like the UTV Wolfpack guys, like they helped me a ton with all the Polaris stuff when we first started. But when I got my first Yamaha, I was solo. I was completely on my own that whole year. Yeah. Like, I mean, we had people in Arizona that were helping us, but they were just like my buddies. But nobody on like the race division, the race teams, nobody was giving us any secrets. Like we were just by ourselves figuring it out the whole time. But yeah, like Zach said though, like we were a little bit ahead of the game as far as the Midwest guys go. That was really cool though, man. We all got to meet up in Wheatland because that track was bitching and all those guys out there on the course.
Yeah, it was a very technical track. It was definitely a good place to put a union of the two East and West UTV racers together.
Yeah, exactly.
That was definitely a technical track.
I wish that we could have had a little bit more power so we could have got over that big table.
Right.
Dude, there was
I remember that.
That thing was like 140, 150 feet or something like that. It was crazy. And we could get right to the edge and bounce off of it, but it was so sketchy.
That was the time it was like the humidity level was through the roof.
Yeah, dudes are passing out because it was like 100% humidity and 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I'll stay in Arizona, man.
I was fine with it though. Like I didn't,
not me.
But well, you guys have hot weather like that all the time, don't you, Zach?
Oh yeah, it's miserable down here. It's hot and humid. Shoot, too many days out of the year. I can't even tell you how many.
We're gonna have you start a SOB built on the West Coast one of these days.
Right.
What's the temperature right now?
I'm down.
Is it cold down? Is it cooled down over there now?
So past couple of days, it's definitely cooled down some. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday, it was still 85 degrees. Humidity was way down though. But I mean, shoot, we were setting records all the way through October for quite a while.
Wow.
Have you got to drive your car? Or is it like any time lately, or you just been too busy with work?
We actually just wrapped up a series in Kentucky. We raced at a place up in just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. We raced a production class and an outlaw class. So we raced the Yamaha in both those classes. We just ended up wrapping up that series. We won both those series.
Oh, good job, man.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, good job, dude. How was that racing? Was it pretty fun? Like woodsy, or like what is it?
Man, I love it. It's a great mix of two. DreamWorks built the motocross or the UTV portion of the track, so they got a really, really nice UTV track, and then they actually race a woods section as well. So you race the short course section, and then you dip off into the woods. It's like a mile and a half in the woods. Ends up being like a 35-minute race. So we did 2 35-minute races back to back.
That's pretty cool.
I love it. I think it's a blast.
Well, you can tell us a little bit about the difference, because I want to hear about that type of racing. Mitchell Otterson just commented. He said, yeah, the Midwest guys are more about making each other faster the whole time, but he said Zach's good people, so shout out to Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, so tell us a little bit about that type of racing, though. I mean, short course racing is pretty standard. I mean, you just haul ass as hard as you can go and as fast as the car will go. But that type of racing that you're talking about takes a little bit more technical ability, no?
Yeah, I feel like it does. I feel like I really, really enjoy long races. You know, we had a lot of battles this season with very, very condensed races. Was not a huge fan of that at all. We had a lot of weather infractions. So a lot of our races got cut down to like 5 or 6 laps. And between qualifying, but, you know, just, I don't know. I just don't like the short stuff. I like to be able to get out there, get comfortable, and, you know, have time to make moves and stuff like that. I understand, you know, you don't get that in racing all the time, but the wood stuff, man, you've got to really focus. You know, I communicate with myself quite a bit, you know, because it only takes a few small, you know, miscorrections or oversteers when you're blazed by trees at, you know, 60, 70 mile an hour, you know, in the woods. So I really enjoy it. I think it takes a lot more than just flat footing it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, though. I mean, especially with the actual amount of focus and the vision and, like, you know, tunnel vision kind of shit. I think that'd be pretty crazy. I've never done anything like that. What would you say is a bigger difference? Like, because, like, I get the short course stuff. That's one of the things that I hated so much, too, is, like, you only get, like, 10 minutes worth of racing.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. And, like, in motocross, you got half an hour, and you get to, like, make up all your time in the moto. So if you eat shit, then you can get up and, like, go past people. You might be able to do that in the wood stuff, but what's the main difference between the short course stuff and the wood stuff? Because short course, you got to go balls to the wall, super intense, like knockdown, MMA, drag out, like you can't do anything. And the wood stuff is a little different, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, short course has the same thought process, but you know, you got to finish the win. You know, so when it's not just 5 or 6 laps, you're not out there, you know, necessarily giving it 150% the entire time, because if you don't finish the race, it doesn't matter how good you were doing. You still didn't, you know, you're still not going to win. So one of the biggest things is again, just like I talked about, getting in the seat and getting comfortable, and then actually just driving your race, you know, and staying focused on the course.
And so how many minutes or how long are those races, the woods types of things?
So the way they do it up there, it's 12 laps and each lap takes about 3 to 3 minutes and 15 seconds a lap.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
So you're out there for a good 30, 45 minutes?
Out there for a while.
Yeah.
And we raced, like I said, we raced 2 classes. So we raced the 1,000 class. We get off the track, we check the car over, check air pressure, tighten up beadlock bolts, tighten up lug nuts, top it off the fuel, and then we go right back out there and get it again.
Does it tear shit up, though?
Not if you don't wreck, no.
Oh, I was going to say, because I saw some races. I saw some last weekend. Maybe you were there. Like, was Kenny Mash
Rush
there? Yeah. Is that the one?
Yeah. I wish. Man, I've been wanting to go to that race for years, and I just never.
Yeah, not this year, though. It was too fucking muddy, dude. It looked nasty.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't like about the East Coast stuff, dude, is it always rains.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle
I think last year at the Midwest, Lucas Midwest Series, I think they only got 1 dry race. Like, it was ridiculous, wasn't it?
It was the same. Yeah, it was the same way the year before. It was terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't handle that, dude. I don't know what I would do. I hate having to work on the car after it's all muddy.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. And how heavy that thing gets.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of pictures recently of people racing that, and it's caked on there. Like,
so how
thick.
heavy was your car? Did you weigh your car after it got off of some of those races?
So one of the races, and it was actually at Chicago 3 years ago. But just to give you an example, one of the races after they had oversaturated the track and watered it down, we picked up over 800 pounds of mud.
Oh my God! Holy cow, dude, that's
it was
nuts.
crazy.
That is so.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And so, how long did it take you to get all your shit clean after that? Because you got a main event and stuff after that, right?
Yeah, it takes days. I mean, you try to get it fairly clean at the track, but I mean, you go back to the shop and we wash it, and then you find more mud and you wash it again and pull off body panels. I mean, we wash it 2 or 3 times before we'll start taking body panels off.
Yeah,
just to try to get most of the bulk of it off.
Yeah, Cody's seen me doing that sometimes over here. There was one time, I don't remember what it was. I think it was after Mexico or something with all the salt and stuff on the beach. I washed the car for 8 hours 3 times. Yeah. So just imagine like a part-time work week just to wash the thing side by side. That is crazy. Kevin Hall says, Martin is the man.
That's my boy from Ohio.
Mitchell is asking if you're going to go to Iceman this year. Dude, you got to tell people about that race because I know Mitchell as well, and there's a race that those guys do that's in the snow on the ice. Like, you got to tell people about that thing, dude, because it's crazy.
So I haven't got to participate in it yet. I've been talking about going to that one as well. It's just really hard for us. We're so far away. I mean, we're a good 20-plus hours away.
Where's it at?
It's in Minnesota.
Oh, I have seen videos of that.
Dude, you know what, though? Like, I had to turn on the heater the other day at 74 degrees. Oh, so, like, I'm already a little girl about the cold. I don't even know if I could move my feet to hit the gas pedal in the ice race. Like,
See, that doesn't bother me. None of the temperatures really bother me. None of that stuff bothers me. The only thing that is a turnoff for me is, we're not out there testing.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys that run that, they're up there on the lakes and they're running them, every weekend or whatever, getting actually test tires and studs and stuff like that. I mean, I have nowhere I can go test ice studs and have any idea how the car is going to handle. So for me to take the time away from work, to drive 20 plus hours, to miss the time with the family, it's super hard to commit to those kind of races.
Well,
as much as I want.
Since Mitchell already said that all the East Coast guys help everybody, apparently he's got a car just ready sitting there for Iceman for Zach to just come sit in.
Hey, I think that might be it. We got a couple people.
Some people say, the Dirt Life Season 2 is called Ice Life.
Yeah, Ice Life.
I don't know about that, dude. I'd probably freeze just thinking about the Ice Life.
Matthew O'Neill, tell Jimmy to get Zach to the Iceman. So however he's going to do that.
Apparently everybody wants you to come up to the Iceman.
Dude, you're getting blown up right now. You better go.
Dude, I'm down.
All right, well, Mitchell's going to have to let you drive one of his whips up there.
For sure.
Yeah, that race does look pretty cool. I don't know if either of us could handle it because it's too cold, but that would be pretty cool. Well, what's some of the favorite races that you've done so far? Because, like, you were telling me about some of the stuff at the UTV World Championship. You've done moto races, short course races, woods races, and you got the UTV World Champion. Now you've done a semi-desert race. Like, what's some of the funnest shit you've done?
So the UTV Worlds was an absolute blast. That was probably the most out-of-the-box race for us, not having a clue what we were really getting into, hitting up you. I mean, I was blowing you up every day. I was blowing up the Wellers every day, trying to get an idea just of what we could do. We ended up literally going out there with a short course car. We put Weller shocks on it and some 30-inch tires that a buddy of mine let me borrow.
Put an extra seat in her.
Absolute blast.
It wasn't that fun for us when we went out testing and you just took off and we didn't know where you were for 2 hours.
Man, I'm not. That was a little sketchy.
He was
myself.
lost in the Vegas desert for a good hour, dude. We were like, where the fuck did he go? Me and Brian were driving around in my race car, which only has one seat. He's sitting on the plastic, and we're driving around the desert. He's like breaking his back, like driving around. We're like, where are these guys? Like, we thought they flew off a cliff or something. Like, we had no idea where these guys were.
We buzzed down a trail trying to test out, seeing how close the suspension was. I literally turned off the trail and went to turn around.
And that was it.
Disappeared. And it was getting to the point like I was trying to.
It was getting dark,
highway, and then you'd run into. Oh yeah, but you would head to a cliff, and like then you try to turn around, and then it was terrible. We finally got to the point where we could see you guys, but we were at the edge of a cliff so bad that there was no way we could even get down.
Dude, that's crazy, dude.
I remember when we were deep in the streets, dude, like way out there in some washes and stuff, and all of a sudden I get a text and I'm like, oh, he's back. I'm like, you fucker, dude. We're like we've been looking for him for like an hour. It was crazy.
Jeff Wolf, he's laughed. You know Jeff Wolf? He's obviously, you know who Jeff Wolf is?
Yeah,
he's laughing at you.
Yeah, so that was a fun race, though. I clearly wish I had completed it this year, but that is a fun race to go to, and it's not just the races either. It's that whole dirt life that we're all talking about. Like when you go to the contingency and you go to the hotels and you all get to eat and just hang out. Like we had such a great weekend up until I fucked myself up, but it's always so fun, you know.
Yeah,
and it was cool to see.
Again, I enjoy any of the races. Where we actually get some seat time. I mean, that's just the biggest thing for me. That's what's been discouraging for us with the short course stuff is it's just so short, so much effort, so much time, such a long weekend. I mean, Crandon this year, I'm trying to think if I flew up on a Tuesday, got there, and we did not even get in the car to do any kind of testing or driving until Saturday, I think.
Dang.
Because of the weather. We didn't qualify. We didn't practice. We had the parade. I mean, it was terrible.
That's one of the things that kind of irritated me a little bit. And those guys have to do it because of, like TV and time and all that stuff. But I didn't like that because it's expensive, to do it. The race fees, like let's just say it costs $1,500 or $2,000 to enter for the weekend. So you get your truck in there, you get all your race fees and all that stuff paid. So already you're only going to get to sit in the car for maybe total of the weekend 45 minutes. And you already got that budget done, and then if you break anything, you got more budget on top of it. It's like it is pretty crazy, and like the side-by-sides now are getting so reliable that you can drive them or race them, like Zach says, for 45 minutes and 2 hours, whatever it is, and they can last that whole time. So it'd be nice if we got some more seat time, or any races got some more seat time. I think.
Yeah, we went 3 years now on a YXZ, and literally all we do is maintenance and oil changes. So I mean, as long as we don't get hit, as long as we don't get in a wreck, they're reliable as can be as far as the Yamaha goes. So, I mean, that's why I just want to race. I want actual races that are some length to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cody,
I'm at 5,000 miles.
Yeah, he's at 5,000 miles on his YXZ.
Stock clutch, man.
It still works good, too.
I mean, I take care of it. I mean, I come every ride. I'm constantly changing out the filters. I'm constantly just maintaining it, and tranny for sure every time. I mean, I like to change that out quite a bit. So,
with all the races that you've done, what's your favorite track? With all the races that you've done, what's the favorite track that you? Because mine, like, I wish it wasn't so muddy, but Wheatland was my favorite by far.
Yeah, Wheeling was fun. That's a tough question because I like each one for its certain points or whatever. That's a tough one.
Well, okay, to give you like your top three or something, because Redbud would be sick in a UTV. How was that?
Redbud was a fun track.
Did you guys get to huck some big jumps?
I loved it. I thought it was a great track.
Like the big step up.
Yeah,
no, they cut it. It wasn't on the actual Redbud track. They did a separate track at Redbud or whatever, but it was cut into the terrain, and they tried to make it more technical, like Redbud's actual track and stuff like that. So that one was a lot of fun, and it was new. It was new for everybody, so I kind of feel like it leveled the playing field. It's not just. Again, it kind of falls back to the separation of good.
It's not just like hard packed dirt either, right? It's like there's like ruts and like moto, right?
Right. Yeah, it was sandy. It was a lot like a moto. Dude. And you didn't have people that had been there, testing, the week before either. So,
dude, that would be sick. That would be so fun to do. What about like your favorite genre of racing? You like the UTV World Championship, obviously, but let's just say they were all 45 minutes. Would you pick short course, like woods, or would you pick desert?
Man, it's a tough one.
Jim Krantz said ERX is the bomb.
Yeah, ERX is fun too. Man, I don't know. I like the Woods a lot because it comes down to a lot of technical driving. You know, I don't feel like the short course on the East Coast is as difficult as it is on the West Coast. I feel like the West Coast short course is a lot more technical.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot quicker stints. You know, on the East Coast, you're pretty much just flat-footed as much as possible. You know.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot.
UTV at least.
I noticed that a lot too. Because those tracks are a lot longer, so it's not like how quickly you can get up to speed.
That's what I was going to say.
It's just wide open the whole time.
Yeah.
Carrying momentum. Yeah. East Coast is about carrying momentum, and then the West Coast is just about, you know, in my opinion, West Coast was just about being quicker and about picking, you know, the I guess the faster line.
Yeah.
Because you don't have so much time to make up with top speed and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
takes a lot more shock tuning. It takes a lot more proper setup, really.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah. It's kind of nice to talk about this, man. You just realize how smart the dude is. You know what I mean? That's really cool. And well, how much of the stuff that you do on a daily basis transitions into that racing stuff? It's got to be lots of knowledge, right?
In my opinion, a lot of stuff is just general aptitude and general knowledge about mechanics and about the way things function. So, you know, a lot of the stuff we do when it comes up to like setting up chassis or helping these drag racers with chassis builds, I'm able to translate a lot of what I've learned over, you know, my chassis stuff, shock geometry, you know, shock knowledge. So yeah, a lot of it does translate. A lot of it helps me get a better understanding of the direction we need to go for what we're doing as well. And learning, you know, what's going to work and what's not. I wish the racing, the UTV racing and off-road racing was bigger over here on the East Coast where we're at, because I would love to be more involved in it as a day-to-day activity. But realistically, we don't do a whole lot here with the side-by-side stuff or the racing stuff, just because the demographic here, it's not so much of the short course racing scene. Granted, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of places that we could do because our weather is great year round. But for some reason, it's just not like it is up north, you know, in Minnesota and Wisconsin, or out east in Arizona. And I really can't put a finger on why it's not, but it's just not.
Yeah, it's not the same. I was talking with one of the guys at Yamaha the other day, and he was telling me that it's difficult for those guys because even like the GNCC stuff, like it was just too big. Like it was just too much. Like you couldn't contain the actual race because there was just too much stuff going on. And I think that has a lot to do with the venues that you're putting it in. So like in the Southwest, it's easy because you can just pick like Glen Helen or Arizona Cycle Park or something and say, all right, we got this little track, just go bananas, bring as many people as you want. You can see everybody, you can contain it. They're not way out in the wilderness. And everything's in a little area. And so it's a lot easier for people to be able to do it. You can bring whatever car you want, doesn't have to be special. Like it makes a big difference in how the actual organizations run, like all that stuff. So what are you close to Texas? Because isn't that Texplex place pretty sweet?
It looks pretty sweet. I know Kenny's right there. It's about 14 hours for us.
I guess that's not too bad. That would be like a little bit more like.
How far is Glen Helen for you from here?
With the trailer, 10
hours. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
We don't drive quite as fast as Zach does. He's got a killer truck too, man. That thing is badass.
We run Kentucky. It's about 8 or 9 hours for us, and that's kind of for a local stint. That's pretty much, you know, for a weekend. That's about as far as I'm trying to go for the weekend.
Yeah, that stuff sucks too. Like it would be really nice because like if Zach was in a position where he lived like here, you know, and they have so many little races that are happening down in Mexico, like all these different races, he could race every weekend.
Yeah, he could.
Like it would be cool, you know. I mean, maybe not for the pocketbook, but it would be fun.
Well, the opportunity would be nice, though, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Or just pick two of your favorite races every month and just go hit those up. Yeah, that would be cool.
Right.
Well, hopefully they can get some of that stuff worked out. I know that the Yamaha guys were saying that there's some stuff in the works for different organizations and things popping up over there. So hopefully, fingers crossed that it'll get going bigger. When I talked to some of the people at the Lucas races this weekend, whether Lucas is doing good or not is not the question. It's there needs to be more types of UTV racing available, and there has been less UTV counts at Lucas West Coast races, and whatever the reason for doesn't really matter, but it means that people want to go do something other than that. So like there's a series called the Dirt Series that's pretty cool on all the moto tracks. Like there's a bunch of cool little things starting to pop up and gain momentum. So it's going to be, in the next 2 years, it's going to be bitching to see what comes up.
Shit, those AZOP races.
Yeah, those things are cool.
Dude, everywhere.
He would murder those races.
Yeah, you should. You should do the one at Cinders.
There's some...
it's intense.
The AZOP races here, it's... I don't know what the AZOP stands for, but anyways, it's kind of like short desert races, like the UTV World Championship, but they have them all the time, and you just run what you brung. We brought, it was literally the first YXZ that I bought, and I went to the dealership and bought it.
I remember that.
Stock everything. We just put a cage on it. Stock everything. We even just zip tied window nets on it. Yep. And we went out there in a bone stock YXZ, bone stock suspension. I think Brian Lopez might have.
You guys rolled it that time, didn't you?
Yeah, but Brian's so big, he just tipped it back over. He just rolled it back to the side. But we got, I think, sixth place that ended up, but that's because I forgot to pull in and get gas, so we ran out of gas. But we got the third fastest lap against fully built desert cars in a bone stock YXZ with stock everything
dude,
on
he
it.
would love the Cinder race, dude. He'd probably dominate that.
I think he would do really good.
That's all. I don't know if you ever heard of the Cinders in Arizona and Flagstaff.
It's like this lava rock.
Dude, it's insane. Where it's from, later tonight or whenever you get time, go Google the Cinders in Flagstaff, and it's where they built that place for NASA to test that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I found that out. And dude, the bowls out there are huge. Big old craters, but they do the AZOP races in all woods. Everything's pine trees.
Dang, sounds like I need to get a car out there. Huh?
You just leave it. You can just leave it out here. We got a guy named Jaden Summers said he got a steering rack and some steering rods from me. He said you're a good dude, man. So that's cool. That's it's cool to see that because that means that's the personality that you're putting out there and you're helping people. I love that, man. That's such a good thing. And I think I still might have some of your shock springs laying around, honestly.
You do. You're good, though. You keep...
Wait, you do?
I got them somewhere. So thank you for that anyways. Well, I wanted to ask you, too, you put in a lot of work when you go racing. You're a very competitive person. You really, really go out there. When you're on the starting line, you got your eyes on the prize. You like to win. You really want to put yourself in the best position. You try hard. Like you said, you give it 150%. What was the best race? In my opinion, my most memorable race of you is obviously winning against CJ and all those guys. So that was memorable to me, but maybe not for you. Maybe you had a race that you came from the back and passed a bunch of people.
Probably my most memorable race would be the first inaugural World Championship race. It was obviously at Crandon. That was the year we found out about Torque. That was the year we found out that there was a legit national scale side-by-side series, or the growth of one. So we made it to what was it? Bark River. We missed the one at ERX. I was sitting there watching it on the internet. I'm like, where's this UTV race at? And why am I not there? And I was Elk River. So I told my dad, I was like, wherever the next one's at, we've got to go to this. This is the big stage. We've got to get there.
Yeah, it's like a kid watching Supercross on TV, huh?
Yeah. So we went to Bark River. We showed up not having really a clue. A southern guy. We didn't know anybody from up north. We showed up to Bark River and we put our pretty much rock stock YXZ, the first YXZ I ever bought, on the box. We got third place.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we were super pumped. We were super excited. And then the next race was the last race was the Crandon World Cup. I can't remember how we did it on. Oh, we had an axle nut come off I think we were running first or second, and we had an axle nut come off.
Man,
and we ended up losing that on Saturday. Sunday we got the car back together. Saturday night we had a zip tie with one of the brakes up. We lost one of the left rear brakes I think completely, and we got the car all back together though enough to race on Sunday. And Sunday we actually went out there and took second place at the inaugural series for the Red Bull World Cup. And for me, that was a really big deal because CJ won it. Obviously he's a big name in the off-road industry. There was a huge turnout. This wasn't like a little yokel deal. There wasn't 3 or 4 entries. There was 27 or 30 some entries.
Yeah, what an eye opener! Huh?
Yeah, I mean it was. I had a buddy drop off my trailer. My dad picked me up. So it took a lot of my a lot of my friends helping out. And us just winging it. I mean, not having a clue what we were doing. Tire size was wrong. Looking back now, there's just so much stuff that we were doing wrong. And then to be able to win that, and that was actually I think it was the last race. That was the last big race that my dad was here for. So that one definitely sticks out pretty heavy for me.
Did you ever get to race against Travis Pointer? Travis Pointer, he just joined up, so you get to race against him too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we raced with Travis and against Travis, stuff like that.
That's cool, man. I just love hearing those stories, man. Like, I always remember, like, certain motocross races and stuff, and, like, it's cool to see, like, hindsight's 20/20. He could have just, like, done everything different, but you never know. Like, he might have got 5th instead of, just going out there in his stalker and just going out there and just having all the drive and momentum in his head,
Yeah.
So that's cool. What do you guys usually do, like, with the family and stuff when you're not racing, like, on off weekends and stuff?
So my daughter is 5. She's extremely into the racing stuff. My son, he's into it as well. But in our off time, if it's just straight up not racing, we like to be on the water.
Oh, cool.
We go to the lake. We'll go boating, stuff like that. I like to stay pretty active. I regret sitting around at any point. So we're pretty much trying to stay doing something, whether we just go meet up with some buddies in Tennessee, we'll go trail riding with our 4-seater, or we're on the boat. I mean, that's pretty much our only options: work, ride, or boat.
Do you like doing bicycles or anything like that, or dirt bikes?
I haven't been on a dirt bike in a long time. And for us, we really don't have anywhere to ride locally. So to load up and go somewhere, with 4 of us, it's kind of hard to get 4 dirt bikes in the back of a truck or whatever. So for us, it's just got to pick and choose what we're doing right now. So if we're going to load up and go somewhere, we try to go riding. And if we're just wanting like a day getaway, we'll go boating. But the kids got bikes. We'll ride around the neighborhood and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. It sounds like to me, like honestly, like when I talk to him, I feel like he would love going to the dunes. Like the West Coast, it sounds like has a lot of appeal to him.
Yeah,
because he'd take the whole family out there and just go rip in the sand, especially if the kids are into it.
Yeah, trust me. Like I said, everything I enjoy. I mean, I take trips out to Colorado. I got a buddy, Jesse Kirk, who lives out there.
Yep.
We go to Steamboat. We do backcountry snowmobiling.
Dude, I've always wanted to do that.
The backcountry
That's
snowmobiling?
insane. That's crazy
That's the
shit.
most intense sport I've ever done in my entire life.
Dude.
What is it all about?
Getting lost in snow instead of desert?
Yeah.
When you guys say
there's no path.
Yeah, you just blaze your own trail, dude.
Just unload and ride.
Really?
Yeah, and it sometimes how thick is the shit that you just jump into? Like you're like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's been times where I've been stuck for 6 or 7 hours digging out with a shovel, and it's by the time I'm done digging to get a ramp to get out, it's 7-8 feet deep.
Dang,
it's intense, dude.
That sounds pretty cool.
They scream too.
I'm gonna definitely have to get UGG boots and a heater for that one.
See, now we're talking.
Do you have any plans on getting the kids into it or into racing or doing anything like that, or not really?
Yeah, so the boy's got a 170, and he raced with me. He's raced the entire Dirty Turtle series up in Kentucky with me. This past weekend, he out of 10, he took 3rd. He started 7th and ended up with a 3rd place. So he got on the box for the first time.
Dude, how cool is that? Was he stoked?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he was pretty excited. We're trying to figure out what we're doing. He again, it all comes back to convenience and just the means to do more of whatever we do. We're looking at getting into karting, possibly. It's hard for me to leave the dirt because I actually feel like I know the dirt a little bit. I don't know anything about the kart racing or any of that stuff. But, we've got go-kart or a karting track, 25 minutes from the house where it's an actual sanctioned facility. And it'd be pretty easy to get both kids into that, but
that would be pretty
we're
cool.
Still up in the air.
Well, I think we skipped over it this whole time. How did you get into the dirt life?
You
start racing motocross? Like, did your dad get you a dirt bike or anything like that?
Yeah, so I got my first dirt bike when I was like 15, and I never really went anywhere with the dirt bike stuff. We tried it. We ran Kenworthies and stuff like that, and I think I just got into it too late. And then we started racing ATVs, and I really enjoyed the ATV stuff. So we ran the 2006 season. We ran the entire, the ATVA series.
You might know something about that.
I do.
Yeah, we won the C class our first year, and then we moved up to B class and ran a lot of like the schoolboy and B class, and we had a really good time and a really good run with that stuff. But it got to the point where I was hitting that point in my life where I needed to start focusing on work and everything else. So we kind of hung it up for quite a while, and then the UTV stuff came out. We got a Polaris 1000, 2014 Polaris 1000.
Sweet.
And immediately threw a cage on it, doors, and just started racing and had a blast. We were doing, we were up in Pennsylvania working, and there was a series up there. It was called Line Mountain. And again, this falls back to like what I really enjoy with the off-road stuff is our races were like an hour to an hour and a half long of just brutal, like creek crossings, rocks, mud, high-speed stuff. I mean, dude, that is the most fun I guess I have when it comes to UTV racing is just that kind of racing.
That's big. Well, since you said 2015, so you started racing UTVs when I did then, because that's when I started too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. I guess it's kind of who really started any time before that? You'd have to be really at the beginning of the Rhino days or SR1.
Rhinos.
Going to be the SR1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess we both started in the Polaris Razor days, but yeah, that's cool. What about when you grew up? Did your dad do motocross and stuff too, or anything like that, or what was or you just wanted a quad?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just wanted. I think excuse me. I think one of my friends had a dirt bike at the time, and I just wanted a dirt bike. And like I said, the dirt bike thing it definitely wasn't my strong suit. It wasn't something that I felt like I was going anywhere with. I don't know. I guess I just didn't feel real comfortable. I guess
it also depends it also has a lot to do with your location too, though. If you're out here doing it all the time in the Southwest or something, you did a lot of the quad stuff too, right?
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. I did a lot of practice times, and we would go out to the one off I-8. What's it called?
Casa Grande.
Yeah, dude, that shit was huge. Dude, on a quad. Like on a quad, that's crazy.
Yeah, because he did like quad moto, and he actually did some quad stunt riding and stuff like that too. So he was all into it.
Yeah.
So you know that series that he got into?
I used to watch all of them, man. Like I still, even every once in a while, like I'll get on TV and I'll go look at the Redbuds and stuff, and it's crazy. These guys are crazy.
Dude, I've seen some of those quad guys huck stuff that I don't even know if I would do on a dirt bike.
No, but that's what he was talking about. The Redbud, I was like, that big step up. I'm like, dude, watch a quad hit that? Dude, it's intense.
Dude, yeah, that would be nuts. That's cool, though, that you're getting the kids into the dirt life, though. It's I like to see that generation passed down, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we've talked about it a million times on this show, and you can probably see it directly with your kids, is it really teaches you something. It gives you respect. It gives you, you're humble. Yeah. It teaches you about work ethic. It gives you so many different traits about the rest of your life. It's awesome.
Changing a tire on a car.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, just little things that you learn along the way.
Yeah, respecting that, and that's the biggest thing for me is I want the kids to learn respect for machinery, respect for a vehicle, because it's going to put them so far ahead when it comes to driving and just everyday life, understanding things aren't always easy, understanding you have to work for stuff.
And respect for time too. Yeah. Like like he goes on trips. You may not make it in time to the races if you had to work before you get a flat tire and you can't make it to the races when the gate's open. Yeah, there's so many different things that it teaches you. That's bitching that you're teaching the kids that, man. So kudos to you for doing all that stuff. Well, it looks like we're getting a little late for you over there, so let's wind this thing down, man. What's the future hold for Zach Martin?
I don't know, man. I'm really hoping to continue racing in some form or fashion. A lot of good things are supposed to be coming along here on this East Coast Series. Now that the new championship series bought it, So hopefully I can continue racing. I definitely don't want to stop by any means, but a lot of my focuses are these next few years are going to be on the kids, because it's too much with running a business, a startup business, trying to make sure everything's going good at the shop, and then trying to have not just one, but 3 vehicles, myself, my son, my daughter, to have 3 race machines ready to go when it's just me. So, one of the things I do want to try to make a priority is making sure their stuff's ready, and they're able to race, and if the opportunity arises for me to drive for somebody or drive something, I'm always down. And I've got a couple of guys that, have been trying to put me in cars, and, I'm definitely always down for that opportunity. But my main focus right now is pushing to get them up and running and get their feet wet, because, like I said, I see a lot of potential in both my kids right now. So I definitely want to push on that.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I love hearing those, because that's being a super humble guy, giving the opportunity to the kids, That's super cool. Well, we always ask this question on the show, man. What do you want to be remembered for? I think you kind of gave us a little bit of a peek of it right now with your answer, but
I don't know. I don't know. I guess giving it 150%. I might not always have the best results. I might not always have the wins or whatever, but I don't ever half-ass anything. Whatever we do, I want to make sure I'm giving 150%. So I don't want to go down for being anything more than giving it my all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and along the way, like when I think of Zach Martin, I always think about, you're going to do as much as you can. Like, it doesn't matter if your best friend is in the pits, you're still going to race him just as hard as you possibly can. But one of the things that I remember most about you is your willingness and your openness to make sure that you help other people, whether it's with their race car or their street car, whatever it is, or just help a lady across the street kind of stuff. So keep that same mentality going, man, because you're doing a good job with the kids and you're doing a good job making people happy. So we really appreciate you coming on the show, man, and congratulations on all your accolades, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Martin.
Thanks for the invite.
You're a badass, dude. So we'll catch up. I'll text you this week or something, and we'll catch up a little bit more. But thank you very much for coming on the show, dude. Appreciate it.
Take it easy, man. Good to meet you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Later, Zach. See ya.
See you, buddy.
Nice, dude. That was cool. That was a good one. I like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Martin, thank you so much, Zach, for coming on the show. It was really cool to see him. And, it's nice to be able to talk to people like him and have the shows where you can really see a genuine person, like all of our guests, I feel like we're saying a lot of the same things, but it gives you motivation for the rest of the week, like for me at least.
Yeah.
And God, I just want.
I'm just ready for Thursday.
So you're going out to the dunes again, right?
I am. Yeah.
So what's this trip? Just
Veterans Weekend. They do the big thing at the flagpole, and at 11:11, I believe it is, on Saturday morning, meet at the flagpole. I'm talking thousands of people.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's crazy. So
you're gonna get video of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got it last year too. So that's the plan. I'm excited. I'm trying to get all these trips in, man. It's crazy, and I'm excited.
Well, and with all the events that you have going on too.
I do. I got
the
a lot
Christmas
of stuff
event and all
coming
these
up.
different little things going on.
It's,
I know that your group, your Facebook page has little events that go on almost weekly now.
Dude, it's getting crazy. It's nice to have the help too. With the guys that help me out and stuff on my page. But I like to make that different. So and bring people together. So it's been really good. So.
It's really cool to see, and especially with all the people coming together. That's the best part. We've got some really, really cool stuff coming up on the show too. We've got some remote location shows that we're going to do, and that's going to be really cool. And we've got some really, really cool guests coming up.
Are we going to say the date for that one?
Let's wait a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe we'll tell you in the next couple shows here, but that's going to be a fantastic show. And then next week we got Jesse Owens and Jimmy Owens. There's some Lucas racers as well, but they race Razor 170. And Jimmy does a bunch of fabrication building for Razor 170s. He's done trucks. He's done bigger cars in the production 1000 class and things like that. So it's going to be really cool to talk to him about how he deals with the kids and things like that. But I'm more interested to talk to Jess because she's a really hardcore racer, man. Cool. I love to see that. So that'll be really cool. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We really appreciate everybody watching.
Thank our sponsors.
Yeah.
Solderweld, Shock Therapy, Zollinger Racing,
wheels.
The fuel wheels, and then
lights.
The lights. Yeah.
Rigid Industries. And it's tiring for you, man. You got to get up early too.
Yeah. Actually, I don't tomorrow.
That was good, though, man. You remembered everybody.
Yeah, I got it. Get 'em down.
So, yeah, thank you to our sponsors. But, yes, please always hit us up on social media. Slide into our DMs. Talk to us on Facebook, whatever you want, because we really, really thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are making a huge difference. The show is growing exponentially every week, and we really want to keep it growing. We want to make this thing as big as possible, and we want to have as much fun with you guys as possible. So the more we get, the better and bigger we grow. So thank you so much.
All right, dude.
We love you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
You've been listening to the Dirt Life Show with George Hamill and Cody Sanders.